Hello there my fellow holotable heroes and welcome to another Galactic challenge video. Hopefully your weekend started well. Since we have now weekly looks like pirate challenges, obviously the hope was that at least then the Saturday challenges were gonna be easy and straightforward. But unfortunately today one is a bit of a pain. However, there are multiple ways you could get it done, but you know, no matter what team you choose, there's gonna be a lot of RNG involved. Anyway, getting ahead of myself, as always, there'll be YouTube chapters below if you do want to skip ahead to the battles. Otherwise, let's go and have a look what's waiting for us. Old Republic challenge with Canderous, right, is never a good sign. Unless maybe when you're Ilum and you shut them down. However, this is Malachor's modifier, which is a bit of a mixed bag, sometimes good, sometimes not, but like for the most part, I found a way to like control Canderous, control Zarbar. But then you've got the Revan. He's a total wild card, right? He can ignore the taunts, he can mark whoever he likes, then they go and attack the person who's marked. He's got a mass cleanse and everything, so he really is then the wild card, right? And even Bastille as well, she's got a cleanse, she can call somebody to assist, so like a lot of moving parts in this one, really, a lot of RNG, especially because of Genite Revan. You don't really have control what he does. That's where like that RNG element comes from. So whichever team I'll show you, I needed like, you know, 5-6 attempts with each of those teams to line up a win. Something to bear in mind, you know, it may not be immediately the first battle that you give this a go. Now in terms of the feats, we have to win a full team of droid units, so we'll be doing like either Sortie or General Grievous lead. Both of them obviously can work. And then offense up 20 times. I was worried Imperial Troopers won't be able to get this done, but you know, I guess their turn meter cheese is simply stronger than Old Republic turn meter cheese, so I was able to blitz them without any issues. So at least that, if you've got your Imperial Troopers up and running, offense up should not be a problem at all. And then let's look at the modifiers. So the modifier for Malachor, it's one of those where you kind of hurting yourself if you're using it, really, right? So the leader gains Drain Essence ability, which essentially reduces max health and protection of their allies, and then gains some minimum offense boost for each ally affected this way, and you get a bonus turn. So if you're doing Sortie lead, you will probably not want to do that, but if you're doing General Grievous, for a change, we'll keep spamming this ability, so just Grievous can basically start nuking folks out with his AoEs. Another strategy is as well, you can try to outlast the enemy and let Karth drain his allies, and then you can quickly finish them off, and then you're just down with Karth. However, Karth will as well jack up his offense, and he's very quick, so you know, might be a tricky one, but another approach you could give this a go. Now in terms of the modifier, the droid modifier for the most part, not really that useful. However, what is good today actually, so whenever droid ally scores a critical hit, they inflict target lock. Now this target lock can be resisted, so it's not as useful as it sounds, because even when you let in crits, they can still resist this target lock. If this target lock would be unresistible, then we would be in business with General Grievous lead, right? With Sortie, you know, target lock doesn't matter all that much. Another benefit is going to help us as well once we do spread target locks. Whenever droid ally takes damage, they recover 10% protection. So like you've got BB-8 in there, right? He's got foresight, he dodges, he recovers some protection. He gets hit, he recovers more protection. So definitely a little bit, BB-8 actually is a bit more durable than usual because of this combination today. And finally, the Old Republic modifier. Do I need to say more? So at the start of the battle, Old Republic gained 20% tenacity for each ally, so basically they all have 100% tenacity. So landing debuffs from them is a challenge, but luckily, if you do go with General Grievous lead, right, you do get stacking potency for your is it Darkside droids or Separatist droids, I can't remember which. And then whenever an Old Republic resists detrimental effect, they gain 4% per meter. So you gotta be a little bit cautious here, especially if you're using Sortie. You don't want to use her AoE to begin with, because her AoE lands, I think, 2 debuffs or something, right? Which means gives a lot of turn meter to the enemy. So And then also with BB-8, right, with his unique, whenever resistance allies use special ability, you land offense down on the target enemies. Again, gotta be careful who you target when you're using your specials with your resistance droids, because obviously you don't want to be feeding turn meter to the team. Something to highlight before we go into the battle. And finally, whenever an Old Republic ally uses a basic ability, they also deal true damage to all enemies. Now this can be annoying, but actually this works in our advantage today. With John Grievous lead, we start losing droids, he start taking bonus turns, good. And with Sortie in there as well, it'll help you out to gain the offense up feat as well. So it is possible with Sortie lead especially to get all the feats done in a single battle because of the true damage. Anyway, why true damage? Let's talk about this next. So before we go into the battle, I'm just going to show you kind of the freaky droids. So the more of these freaky droids that you have, the easier things will get. So the absolute key for me today was C-3PO, because on his oh my goodness ability, he lands, what is it, a stack of confusion on the enemy, right? Twice. So 2 stacks of confusion, and he also lands stack of confusion on his basic as well. Now why is confusion important? Because check this out, once we get 1 stack, they cannot gain buff, which means if you put it on Zalbar, he can't taunt, right? If we put a second one, then they also can't gain bonus turn meter or assist. So definitely confusion, a very powerful mechanic today to shut down, especially Zalbar and Canderous. Now, in order for you to land this, I had to remod. I moved my tech mod set with potency and speed onto C-3PO. And at this 120% potency, actually C-3PO was quite reliably landing debuffs on the enemies. So, you know, I think he gets some as well extra potency from his unique as well. The other key component, if you do have him, is 000, because on his special he inflicts torture for 1 turn. And if that's not enough torture, he also can inflict shock on his basic. However, his potency is lower than C-3PO, so wasn't able to reliably land shock, but at least torture can't be resisted. That one lands. As you can see, was not able to get his potency high enough. And then finally Sortie, whether using in her leadership or not, her unique obviously will land VIP on the weakest ally. In my case this always was BB-8, and that's actually good because BB-8 is taunting, right? And then he's constantly being hit, and because of this, when he's constantly hit, because of the VIP mechanic, he will be getting offense up, and that's where the offense up feat comes from if you are using Sortie in your team as well. So you can get all the feats done in a single battle. So this is the team that I tried first with Sortie lead, and I was able to get offense up as well as the droids, and then bringing BT1 if you do have him for damage, we can quite quickly get rid of Canderous. So first we have to land confusion on Zalbar so he doesn't gain taunt. There we go, he can't taunt now. Like I said, just no AoE, right? You don't want to feature meter team. Torture Canderous, this will call also BT to assist. Let's do a wiggle, which will give BB-8 a taunt. Do a basic, Canderous down. So we don't have to worry about Canderous at all anymore. However, because of Revan, this thing is still not won that easily. Again, he can mark whoever he wants, and you know, depending on what he does, it could negatively impact your battle. And there goes as well the clans, no more confusion over on Zalbar, which is a bit annoying. Let's clear off that foresight from Revan. Let's get confusion back on Zalbar so he can't taunt. Again, I don't want to hit Revan because he's got battle meditation, he'll just hit back. Let's see if we can get a big hit. Wasn't able to get a big hit done. Alright, let's just keep wiggling here, again targeting Zalbar so I don't feed turn meter to Revan. Alright, also good thing about BB-8, right? He counterattacks, calls C-3PO to assist, and C-3PO lands confusion. So this also then a little bit helps you control these guys as well. So definitely BB-8 C-3PO combo works really well here. There we go, confusion on everybody. Still I'm gonna do basics here. I don't wanna feed too much turn meter to the enemies. We might lose Trip in a moment now, let's see. Yeah, down he goes. I'm gonna go ahead, yep, there we go, blow up the Revan, and now we are almost at the finishing line. However, Karf now kind of juiced up his offense already quite a lot, so that could be problematic. Let's go ahead and cleanse off BT. Let's call assist, I guess. Call BT and get Basti out, because you know she's got a cleanse as well. So Basti was my next priority, and now just down to these two. Zalbar, as you can see, down to 1 health because Carve kept using Drain Essence. But I'm still gonna keep going here after Carve. Now I'm gonna go ahead and do the AoE just down to Carve. Okay, come on, let's wrap this up. As you can see, very close call in the end, but I was able to pull through. Again, it'll depend, I guess, maybe how highly relic your BT is, how much damage he can do. And this now completed for me Droids as well as the offense sub feat because of that VIP mechanic I explained earlier. Now, if you don't have Sortie, I also tried this with General Grievous, but again, both with Trip and C3PO, and then the third Grievous battle will be even without Trip. So if you know, kind of, even if you don't have him as well, just try to make the most accessible team possible here. There we go. Again, we're gonna use C3PO here to get confusion. Let's go ahead and target Zalbar, get confusion on him. There we go. And then we're gonna go again, torture Canderous, right? He can gain bonus turn meter. Zalbar can gain bonus turn meter as well. However, without Sortie and VIP mechanic, B8 won't last long, but which is good, which means Grievous will start taking bonus turns. Alright, this time Revan started with a cleanse, not with a mark, so it's a bit annoying, but I'll just keep going here. Now, anytime Grievous takes a turn, you will want to use Drain Essence, right? So he keeps stacking up his offense. And also worth mentioning, whenever if there's somebody that's not target locked, target them, so you start spreading target lock from the modifier. We started losing droids left and right, but that's okay. There we go, Canderous goes down. Anytime Grievous takes a turn, just keep draining essence. You just gotta keep doing that. Now that's all by himself. Drain Essence won't do much else than give you a bonus turn. So when that's done, you want to go after Canderous, because 1v1 Canderous and Grievous doesn't always go your way. But as soon as Canderous is down, you should be able to knock the remaining guys down as well. Okay, and this is, I guess, the most budget option, maybe, I don't know. So it's Grievous, the free resistance droids, and then B2 as well. Now, I guess instead of R2 you could try something else. I just like the R2 just to make sure that BB8 gets marked, so that Revan doesn't mark like B2 or Grievous. We'll do now here the same thing, confusion over on Zalbar so he can't taunt, and then we'll just keep going here. Let's target Revan, hopefully get a target lock on him. Nope, he resisted. Alright. We'll just keep pinging. Nope, again resisted target lock. Unfortunately, I said that modifier with the target lock can be resisted. Keep hitting. There we go. Finally got a target lock on Revan, which is good. Let's go ahead and target Canderous, get target lock on him as well. Alright. What I want to do here? Yeah, let's target Zalbar, get target lock on him as well. Let's take a bonus turn with Grievous with Drain Essence, target Canderous, get target lock on him. So the key thing obviously is constantly keep spreading target locks, because that's what General Grievous then feeds turn meter to the team. Let's go ahead, keep draining essence with your Grievous whenever you have a chance. Let's go ahead, bonus turn, finish off Canderous, R2's down, again another bonus turn, the other guys are down, and now we should be good to go here. Again, drain essence, get a stun on Carve, right, so he doesn't take a turn. Push back center meter, Carve goes down, and Zalbar is the last one standing. So many ways, many droid kind of, I guess, comps you could put here together. Sortie lead, Grievous lead, but at minimum, if you do have C3PO, do make sure you utilize his confusion, just so you can initially keep control over Zalbar. And if you do have BT as well, sorry, Trip, landing torture on Canderous will help you out a lot. So okay, if you didn't get off a subfit yet, you know, with your Sortie, droid squad or whatever like I did in the first battle, good news is troopers still get the job done. I did this with both of my accounts with the troopers, so no issues at all. You know, because once you get the turn meter train rolling, things are good. Let's go ahead and drop Imperial Ambition over on Dark Trooper, feed some turn meter to the team, and we'll just keep working on Canderous. There we go, that should take care of him. One more hit, boom, down he goes, perfect. Let's go ahead and get more assists, more turn meter. Start working as well on Zalbar. Alright, almost got through him. I think that should take care of Zalbar now. Nice, some good assist. Giant Revan next. Come on, there we go. Yep, just basic here. There we go. Revan down. Basti down. And then just we're just down to Karf in the end. So, you know, Imperial Troopers, I was surprised. Still getting the job done without much problems for the offense up feat. So if you can't get droids on tier 10, you know, do the best that you can with your General Grievous squad. And then, you know, troopers hopefully can get the offense up feat. I tried Padme for the offense up, but I just killed them too quickly. Another option, obviously, if you do have Jedi Master Kenobi, use him with Galactic Republic, because he will shut down bonus turn meter gain, and you know, you should be able to then stall battle easily to get the offense up feat as well. Otherwise, troopers got your back. Thank you for watching. I'll see you on the next one, but until then, have fun, enjoy your life, and may the RNG be with you, my friends.